Aloha y'all, Daniel Aaron here, your guide to vibrant living. Do you know the yoga pose sometimes called scorpion, sometimes called forearm balance, Pincha Mayurasana, which I think means the tail of the scorpion, the tail of the peacock, something like that. Anyway, it's the one where you put your forearms on the ground and you stand on them. These become like big feet and your legs come up over your head, so to speak, or straight up. This is a wonderful, beautiful pose for me specifically because when I first got into yoga, 1995, I came from competitive judo. I was strong, also very stiff, tightly woven, and I sucked, putting it bluntly, at yoga. And of course the truth is, and I know now because I've been teaching for almost 30 years, it's not sucking or being good at is really not relevant to yoga. As one of my teachers said once, you know who the best yogi is in this room? There were about 100 of us in there. The one who's having the best time, right? So yoga isn't about its physical accomplishments, yet when I started out, that's what I thought it was. And I was overweight and super sweaty and really stiff. I felt like I was the worst one in every class. And I remember the very first yoga book I got was the Shivananda Companion to Yoga. And in that book, they showed this pose, big, full color page picture of this guy doing it. And I looked at that and I thought, nope, not gonna happen for me. There's no way I could do that. But you know what's cool? Even though I didn't believe it, I kept going. One of my favorite quotations ever, Muhammad Ali. This is not a direct comparison, by the way, not even close. He said, though, I said I was the greatest fighter in the world long before I was, and long before I believed it myself. How is that for cojones? How is that for the ability to believe in oneself, even when you're not believing in oneself, right? That is power. And who we are is amazing, invincible, uncomprehendingly, astoundingly beautiful, what we can create in the world. Now for me, I didn't have that burning desire to be the best boxer in the world or even to do scorpion. Yet I knew somewhere inside myself that as hard as this yoga stuff was, it was useful for me, it was good for me, so something in me said, keep going. There's a beautiful quotation by Rainer Maria Rilke, and I won't give you the whole quotation, you might want to look it up. Love the questions, learn to love the questions. One of the things he said is don't seek answers which cannot be given you. Learn to love the questions themselves, like they are written in some foreign tongue, like you are curious about it. And so for me, I followed my intuition with yoga and said, just stay with it, man. Just keep going. As hard as it is, keep going. And what happened is little by little, and that's how it goes in yoga, transformation occurred. And sure enough, a few years later, there I was doing that pose. And you know what? Being able to do that pose has not changed my life. It's not relevant to a resume, right? No women that I've ever dated want to know if I can do that pose beforehand. However, and what I learned, who I became as I evolved in that process, that absolutely has changed my life in myriad beneficial ways. And the reason I'm sharing all this with you, especially right now, is it is time for you to imagine possibilities that you might not even think are real for you. That's okay. You don't have to believe it. I didn't believe it. Muhammad Ali didn't believe it. What I encourage you to do, though, is just playfully say, I wonder, what would that be like? Wouldn't it be cool if? I could never do that myself, but wow, that's cool. Admire it. And you might be surprised at who you become along the way, what you create, what you experience, what you have. All right, y'all. Thanks for tuning in. Aloha.